Hello everyone. So today we are going to add these buttons, consume and drop buttons into the inventory. So when we select one of the items in the inventory, so this is a food and it restores, description is like this, restores health. So you can see when I consume here the food level is like this. If I consume, you can see it is increasing like this. And if I select the water, and you can see the water level of the character, if I consume, it is increasing. So that's the part I'm going to do today. And I'm really sorry for the bad audio quality. So when I record the tutorial, I forgot to attach the mic and it was on the table, so because of that sound may be a little bit lower, but I think it's still you can hear the things I say clearly. And really sorry about that, but I can't re-record it now. It's almost 12:15 in the midnight. And this episode is sponsored by these generous patrons. Thank you very much for the support you guys are giving me. Right, so far in our system, when I go to the inventory, if I click here, you can see it shows the description. Rabbit meat, restore 5 points of health. When I select this, water, increase 2 points of hydration level. So yeah. Then here I want to have two buttons, one to consume and one to discard, that means drop that item. Okay, so right, let's see how to do that. First let me open the blueprint, inventory, and I keep the items in this array which I initialize like this. Here I add element 0 to the items and element 1 to the item. First one is rabbit meat, second one is water. So okay, and this is how I initialize. I create item widget, and then right, let me open the item widget now. That's like this. So first in the inventory widget, I need to create the two buttons I was talking about before. So I'll add it after it's on the vertical box. Okay, after this I'll add a horizontal box like this, and there I'll add the two buttons I want. So let's add one button like this. It needs to be, now let's add a text under that. I'll call this en consume let's add a text under that. Consume. And as the font, I'll choose this, the font that we have used all over the UI. Consume, and let's have one other color. Now for the text color, let's use black. And can we duplicate this? No. Alright. Another button, let's call it drop. Okay. Now let's horizontally distribute these items like this. So I need to have same length of both buttons. So to do that, let's select both text, and as the min desired text, let's try 150. Yeah, and then let's center them. Okay. And we need some space between these two buttons. So for the padding, 10, 10. Let's copy this to the other button as well and paste. Right. Now I think it would be better to have some space between these buttons and this text. So how to do that? Let's change this layout a little bit. Select these two texts, center it and fill. Similarly this, center it and horizontally align fill. Then let's add a size box. Let's wrap this item description text with a size box like this, and I'll override this min desired height. Let's try like 80. Okay. Cool. Right. Now let's open and see how it looks. Alright. This is the way it looks now. Right. And now in this resource data, we have, for each widget item we have a variable called resource. It represents the resource data that we have. So there, let me open that as data structure and create few variables to hold the health level and the hydration level and hunger level changes that we can get if we consume this item. So structs resource data, and these are the main factors: health, hydration and hunger. So hunger means basically what we eat. If we eat, the hunger level in not really hunger level, that's the conversion term. What What is the opposite of hunger? I'm not sure. Okay, I don't know. Let's keep it as that. Let's add a new variable in the type of float. Call it delta health. The reason to put delta is this could be either plus or minus, and when you consume this item, whatever the amount that I specify here will be added or removed from the character. Delta health, delta hydration. Oh yeah, and the other one, let's call it delta food. Yeah, that's better than hunger. Okay, now when we initialize the test item, which I do here, for the rabbit meat I'll set health level to 2. No, actually 1 is the maximum, so I'll add 0.1. And hydration, no hydration. Delta food 0.2. Okay, and for the water everything is 0, hydration 0.2. right, and also we add another, let's add another variable called consume sound. This should be a sound wave. And yeah, I have a biting sound like this. I'll set it as the default value. Okay, now here for the water I'll have a slurp sound. I'll use it. Right, now initially this consume and drop buttons should be invisible. They should be visible only if I select some item here. So when I select an item, this is the function that is being called. So here we will need a reference to the selected item as well. How to change it? Okay, we can change this to, instead of the item, let's change this to DG item, so we can get a reference to the selected widget. Let's call it selected item. Right, now break this, promote this to a variable, call it selected item. and then we can get resource from the selected item like this. Then now we can enable the visibility of buttons btn consume, and this should be changed. The second one should be changed to this is consume, this is btn drop. Right, now get a reference and visibility to visible. Can I connect both? Yes, I can. Alright, now test. Oh wait. Okay. Oh, what happened to the details? Right. Okay, this is the problem. Instead of resource, wait, we should give a reference to self like this. Now it should work. Okay, but still these buttons are not working. Yeah. Alright, so how to fix? Okay, so to actually consume those, now let's define two more functions. The on click events for the drop button and consume button. Let's first start consume and then get the selected item, check is valid. If it is valid, we can consume it. How? Shall we create a function called consume here? The custom event consume. Yeah. No, not an event. Let's make it a function. And let's add a return type to so the reason to add a return type is because if I have finished this item, that means completely consumed, we should disable the consume button. So for that I added it. So for now I'll return true, I always by default, and get the resource and also get character, update character properties, call it like this, and break here, connect this health saturation and food level like this, and also play sound to the consume sound. And then go back here, code consume, and if this is true, we have to destroy this selected item. How to do that? Okay, we have to basically reorder the grid and hide it, but for now I'll just toggle the visibility of that. Set visibility to hidden, and also the consume button also needs to be hidden. Like this. And let's test it. So here you can see hunger level is like this. Now let me pause. The hunger level is well at here. So let's see if that will get increased if I consume this rabbit meat. Yeah, and you can see the hunger level has been increased. We should call it food level. That is very confusing. So let's try water as well. Consume. See, water level also increased. Alright. So yeah, I'll stop this episode at this point. One more thing. We should see this helper and other stuff over this blur layer. Can we do that? Is it okay? What if I -1? Well, let's disable it for now. I'll find a solution for that later. Oh, we can't just disable it like that. Let's see. Let's set this to 0 for now. Right, now it is clear. Consume. Okay, and we should disable this drop as well, because we have nothing to drop if we consume it completely. last time. Okay, continue. Right, that's it, and let's stop here. And in the next time, let's see how to drop an item. Right, and as always, the project files will be available for download through the Patreon page. Link would be in the description below. And thanks for watching. See you in another episode. Goodbye.